Well, welcome back. I'm actually on the way to the Apple store here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I just picked up a new iMac, and I haven't been on the iMac in years, so I'm getting comfortable with it again. And they teach one-on-one classes down at the Strip location here in Las Vegas, and I love it. Little plug for Apple, and I don't get anything for this. You're amazing. Apple computers, Macintosh, in my opinion, is the only way to go. If you've been on a PC your whole life, get on a Mac. But what I want to talk to you about right now is a follow-up from the first video that you saw on belief. Such an important piece of the puzzle. One of the most, if not the most important piece of the puzzle. You'll probably hear me say that a lot because there's a lot of principles that you must possess to be successful. And it's not complicated, it's very simple, and we'll be talking about those. But this belief that I want to talk about now, the second belief, is belief in the industry of network marketing. And I'm going to do that by sharing a little story with you really quickly. I like to tell people that my experience in the industry was an unfair one. When I first got prospected at the Gold's Gym by my house by a complete stranger that walked up to me and asked me if I'd like to meet a multimillionaire friend of his, and I said yes, and he said he's starting a new business, and he's looking for guys like him and I that were sharp, motivated, driven, entrepreneurial, sports-minded type guys, and I said yes. And I met a man who had made millions of dollars working from home in network marketing, 8,500 square foot home. But when I first met him, I walked into the home of a successful person, a successful married couple. I'm going to credit them in this video, Jerry and Susan Rispoli. They're wonderful people. I love you, Jerry, but God, I adore your wife. Susan is incredible. So, and they've mentored me and taught me along the way over the years, especially Susan. But when I met Susan and Jerry, a week later, there was an event in town in Vegas here at the MGM Grand. And Jerry said, if you think I've been successful, wait till you meet my dear friend, Mr. Richard Call. He's one of the legends of the industry of network marketing. He's made tens upon tens of millions of dollars in network marketing. He's got total freedom. He only works if he wants to work now, because he certainly doesn't have to. And when I met Richard, then I befriended Richard and I approached him. And that's a tip I want to give you. I'll always throw a lot of stuff at you. Go to the top, go to the best. Don't waste your time with the rest. If you have a chance to work with somebody, a legend, and you have a chance to meet him, even if you're not even in his inner circle, get in his inner circle. Work with the best, learn from the best, and become the best. Well, I did a beeline right for Mr. Call, and I became one of his proteges. He likes to say, and I don't say this to pat myself on the back, one of his top proteges, if not his top protege of all time. And that means the world to me, because he's worked with thousands, hundreds of thousands of people over his years in the industry. But here was my unfair advantage, and I want to get to the point about belief in the industry of network marketing. I met a man who had made over $70 million. I walked into a 13,000 square foot home, his home here in Vegas, one of his many homes. He's got a racquetball court in his basement. Richard is the best. And by sitting with Richard and being taught by Richard, and he was not easy on me, he was very hard on me. He said, Michael, you want me to teach you? I'm going to tell you something right now. It's not going to be pleasurable. I'm going to be harder on you than I was on anybody. He had me read Think and Grow Rich and How to Win Friends and Influence People, two of the greatest books of all time next to the Bible, and I read them right away. And he said, before you even work with me, you're going to internalize the principles and the philosophies and the stories and the concepts and the lessons within those books, because those books will teach you more than I can teach you. And that's debatable. Richard has taught me plenty. But I sat with a legend. I met a legend. I saw his Rolls Royces, and I saw the lifestyle he lived in this beautiful home. And he told all the stories of how he created success and how he worked real hard for 4 or 5 years. And really, he hasn't worked since, not on that company. Well, here's what happened. I instantly believed 100% in the industry. No friend or family member that I called after that, or acquaintance or stranger, could tell me that the industry didn't work. How could they? I was in the home of a legend. And here's one more quick story to illustrate why I have a belief the way I do. It's called my blueprint for network marketing, my MLM blueprint, you might want to call it. Well, I met Mr. Call, but then I have a friend in town here in Vegas, and this is a long story, but I'll make it short. His name is Robert Bigelow, Jr. Bobby was one of my good friends, and his father in town, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I met Mr. Bigelow years ago, and multi-billionaire, started all the budget suites of America's, built Bigelow Aerospace. He's building a space shuttle, a hotel on the moon. I know that sounds crazy, and guess what? I hang out with a lot of crazy people, but guess what? Crazy people make crazy things happen. That's a true story if you look up Mr. Bigelow, by the way. Well, I had a chance to sit with Mr. Bigelow after meeting Mr. Call, the legend in network marketing. And Mr. Bigelow always took an interest in me. I love that man. He's one of the most intriguing men I've ever met in my life. I don't know how many billionaires you have in your Rolodex. I've got a handful now. Mr. Bigelow, the best. And I had a chance to sit with Mr. B at a Easter bruncheon at the Las Vegas Country Club. He lived on the Country Club where the Desert Inn used to be. And I know he was going to engage in a conversation with me about what I was up to. He knew about my background in football and music and everything else I was doing. And Mr. B took a genuine interest in me. And he sat there, and I knew it was coming, and I was prepared. And he said, Michael, he said, what are you up to? And I said, Mr. Bigelow, I just got involved with the network marketing industry. And I will never, ever, ever forget what he said to me. He said, network marketing, good for you. Now, I was expecting him to put it down, tell me it was a scam, tell me it was a pyramid. Nah, there's something about billionaires. They're pretty intelligent people. He said, that's a great industry. I know a lot of people, I've heard of a lot of people who have made fortunes and parlayed their fortunes into ridiculous amounts of wealth. I wish you the best of luck. You got the right personality for it. Good luck to you. Now, I want you to just swallow that for a second. I met one of the legends of network marketing, and that I had a relationship with a multi-billionaire who signed off and said, great industry, go give it your best. It works, it's legit. There is nobody on the planet that can tell me that this industry doesn't work. Nobody. At that point, my belief was so absolute and so 100% that there was no way anybody was going to steal my dream from me. You see, one of the biggest challenges in this industry that people have is when they get in the industry, they turn to their friends and family. And when their friends and family say, that stuff doesn't work, what are you doing? That's baloney. That's a pyramid. You know what? I know where I stand. I know the story that I have and the journey I've been on. And when a multi-billionaire and a multi-hundred millionaire tells me it's the greatest industry in the world, or one of the greatest industries, then nobody can tell me different. Now, if you need further proof because you haven't lived my story, here's something I'll share with you. Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, you name it. The most successful people in the world are behind the industry of network marketing. They're investors in the industry of network marketing. They're owners of the industry of network marketing. This industry of word of mouth, what I'm doing here, talking and putting a message out and sharing it with other people, the greatest form of advertisement, and that is never going to change. Why? It's free. And when it's free, you can share it with people and create an income. That's what makes this industry great. But what is your belief in network marketing? Do you believe in the industry? Do you believe it's legitimate? Or do you think it's one of those scams or those pyramids? Now watch out, be careful, buyer beware. There are scams out there. There are lots of scams out there. And you have to be wise enough to decide whether or not the company you chose was ethical, was morally sound, was exactly what you're looking for. Watch out for the programs that are hyping up money, 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 money. Watch out for the programs that are saying you don't even have to do anything, just join. Watch out for the programs that are telling you anything other than, listen, this is network marketing, not work marketing. You have to work. You have to roll up your sleeve. You have to learn some things. You got to care about other people. You got to help other people. You got to teach other people. You got to present. You got to train. You got to do what you got to do. But the bottom line is, this industry is legit. This industry works. Take it from a guy who knows what it is to make thousands, tens of thousands, over $100,000 a month in this industry is what I've been able to earn, and that's not going to stop. I'm going to continue on my journey of becoming a successful and remaining and staying a successful home-based business entrepreneur, network marketer. This industry works. You got to do what you have to do to create your own success story, to create your own belief system around network marketing and the industry and why it's legitimate. It's a $160 billion annual industry. It's legit. If you don't believe that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Do what you got to do to read, learn, study, and get to the point where you do believe in this industry. it is real. So with that, get back to the document, and I hope to see you real soon.